Nonprofits exist to serve the public good. They're built on a foundation of altruism, driven by missions aiming to solve society's most difficult problems. But that foundation often hides a deep structural vulnerability. Because an organization is pursuing virtuous goals, we tend to assume the people working there are inherently ethical. We automatically equate a noble mission with a safe environment. Psychologists call this the NGO Halo Effect. It is a cognitive bias where the righteousness of a cause casts a protective glow over the entire organization. This glow creates a very significant blind spot. When leadership assumes every member is inherently virtuous, they may overlook the same warning signs that a private company would flag immediately. The result is a culture of moral naivete. Board members and executives operate under the quiet assumption that workplace harassment or abuse simply could not happen within their walls. Misconduct thrives in this environment. Bad actors leverage the organization's reputation as a shield, knowing that leadership is often hesitant to investigate minor incidents that might disrupt the broader mission. This line chart shows what happens when that halo finally breaks. A single documented harassment scandal causes public trust to plummet. And as you can see, grant revenue collapses right alongside it. Major donors flee instantly to avoid being associated with the controversy. In the nonprofit sector, public trust is the primary currency. When that trust is broken through documented misconduct, the consequences are immediate. Major donors withdraw, government grants are revoked, and the organization's ability to operate effectively is often lost. State lawmakers have recognized this specific blind spot. They are actively shifting the legal landscape, moving away from relying on the assumption of goodwill and enforcing strict regulatory compliance instead. California has taken a highly aggressive stance. They codified laws requiring regular, documented sexual harassment prevention training for all staff and supervisors. New York implemented equally stringent mandates. They require annual interactive training and explicit internal complaint processes to address claims immediately. These states severely lowered the threshold for who must comply. The laws now mandate formal training for organizations with as few as 1 to 5 employees, capturing almost every small charity and local initiative. Relying on a virtuous mission offers zero legal defense. Maintaining basic operational existence today requires documented, preventative action, regardless of how small an organization is. The pressure also comes directly from the top financial pipelines. The National Institutes of Health, for example, enforces strict requirements for an assurance of compliance before releasing federal funds. Private philanthropy is following suit. Major institutions like the Ford Foundation explicitly mandate respect in the workplace policies, extending those rules to remote work and off-site events. The Gates Foundation applies similar, rigorous ethical standards. Meeting these requirements is a non-negotiable condition for receiving their capital. This bar chart illustrates another major cost center, Employment Practices Liability Insurance, or EPLI. This policy covers lawsuits involving harassment or discrimination. When an unhappy employee or an unfit volunteer triggers a lawsuit, the perceived organizational risk goes up, and EPLI premiums soar. But notice what happens here. Insurers heavily scrutinize nonprofits, but when an organization provides proof of comprehensive compliance training, underwriters view them as a lower risk, dropping those premium costs significantly. Mandatory harassment training serves as a proactive financial strategy. It secures multi-million-dollar funding pipelines and saves tight budgets from devastating legal liabilities. To actually secure these protections, the training itself has to meet strict legal standards. It cannot be a passive, text-only document that someone just signs and files away. It must be interactive, engaging, and fully trackable. Practically speaking, interactive training builds what psychologists call psychological safety. It teaches staff how to intervene as bystanders and establishes clear, accessible channels for reporting inappropriate behavior. This level of safety ties directly into foundational human needs. People need to feel secure and respected to do their best work. Fostering that environment is the only reliable way to ensure the long-term retention of your most essential staff and volunteers. There is, however, a major hurdle. High-quality, legally compliant, interactive training is traditionally very expensive. For nonprofits operating on incredibly tight margins, adding a new software expense is a heavy burden. Providing this training is a necessary component of responsible leadership. However, the high cost of interactive programs often forces a difficult choice between protecting staff and maintaining the operational budget. Nonprofit leaders no longer have to make that choice. There is an immediate, cost-free solution available right now to secure both your organization's reputation and its funding eligibility. Hibox for Nonprofits offers a fully interactive, legally compliant sexual harassment prevention course, entirely for free. You can register your organization and equip your entire team today by using the link on screen. Taking this free, immediate action breaks the halo effect blind spot. It ensures your people are safe, your funding is secure, and the mission you care about is permanently protected.